pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
Tucker now for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. Oh, the return, Boston Scott. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 24-yard line.
Once again, it's Swift. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle to Smith. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Add this gain to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
First down, Philadelphia.
Complete to Zacchaeus. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
From the gun, here's Swift. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. 17-0 our score after 1. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Here's Hurts to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. The throw over the middle taken in. He's to the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 3. In motion left comes Brown. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Now Brown, he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hurts fumbles it. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
And a tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. He's delivered a solid performance so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Everything has been good for him. And right now, if you're on defense, you don't want it to go to great. So you have to just change up coverages and looks on him all the time. Press coverage sometimes, back off and play some man, show some zone, double team him, make him really work for each and every catch.
He's hit the end zone once. Maybe there's more in the tank. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson being chased out left. The quick feet by Jackson. And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Jackson. Again, it's OBJ, back-to-back catches. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. This for Beckham, and he's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Ravens are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
This 2nd and 4.
It's a pick at the 6. Brings up 2nd.
They'll set up to throw. Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Had some good yardage there, too, before he fumbled that football, Charles.
Yeah, just think about it this way. Running backs, as a general rule, they kind of know when the end of a run is near, and he knows how they cover up, right? They protect the football. Sometimes quarterbacks forget that out in the open field. After a while, you start to wonder, does the running back coach visit the quarterback coach and say, hey, I can help you with this. We can protect this and make sure we keep the ball.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Justin Tucker on for the field goal. A 48-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So able to force the fumble, but then they really couldn't move the football, Charles, and they get 3 points out of it.
And they made sure they got something out of that takeaway, didn't they? Because even if they couldn't put it in the end zone, they were not going to turn the ball back to them without putting something on the scoreboard.
Oh, some strong running. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. Third quarter, here we go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now Jackson on first down. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. And now they're in the hurry-up. Throwing is Jackson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Jackson now. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Ravens have got it on cruise control. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down. And until that point, we haven't seen Julio Jones. That's hard to believe here this late in the game.
And no one more frustrated than Julio Jones because receivers feed off of catches. That's their fuel, and that's also their affirmation. And he hasn't been getting much of that in this game, and their team is losing, and he wants to have a better effect on the game.
Just the first connection. Ryan to Jones there. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Brown goes in motion left. They'll fake it there on the jet sweep, and instead, here's Swift.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll drop to throw.
Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, Jackson.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now Jackson on second down.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at about the 32.
They'll start on the ground with Swift.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Well, now how about this return?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line.
Hurts going to keep it running right.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And quickly they get to the line. Now Jackson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Steps away to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out. Back now in Baltimore, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And out now come the Eagles. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. To the sideline and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game, well decided a long time ago.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw is Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Dobbins.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
One more time with Dobbins.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Ravens 62.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
Second down. Here's Hurts.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the...
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over.